Hey everybody, I'm Sam with another video, obviously. Today I want to continue the hashtag anime taught me about writing with dialogue and banter in a way. It's kind of going to be a list, but it's kind of going to bleed into one another. So 5 things anime taught me about banter. The first one is going to be couple banter. So this one is in a lot of slice of life animes, romance animes, it's even in fantasy and isekai animes because sometimes there is a love interest in anime. Imagine that. I want to kind of go over kind of a denial type banter. In animes that have this denial as a couple banter are Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Tomo-chan is a girl, Aho Girl. If y'all haven't watched Aho Girl, it is stupidly funny. And Food Wars. So this whole denial banter is where the couple don't really realize that they are a couple, or they don't want to become a couple, or they haven't really become a couple yet, but everyone else around them knows that they're going to become a couple, or should be a couple. There's a lot of animes with that. So Kaguya-sama, Love is War is great with the dialogue, it's great with the banter, with denial, because they know that they like one another, but they are not going to give in first. They are going to make the other one say the words first. And they are bound and determined to make the other one give in or say the words first. I love that anime, so I highly recommend it. And it's just hilarious to watch the two characters fight in this way. The other ones that I kind of mentioned are Food Wars and Tomo-chan is a Girl. Both of them are in denial because they don't realize that they are in a relationship with the other character. Tomo-chan is a girl. She is just completely oblivious to everything. And her love interest is kind of oblivious, and he's kind of scared to push her because she is so oblivious. But he knows that he's going to end up with her. And their friends are just pushing the envelope in their relationship and wanting them to admit that they are in a relationship and to start the next stage in their relationship. Now, Food Wars it's Food Wars. I don't really need to say anything else. Soma and Erina are a great couple, and they don't know that they're a couple. Soma is going to prove himself to the world that he is the best cook, and he's going to tame the god tongue that Erina has. That's all I'm going to say about that. The second thing that anime taught me about dialogue is going to be the banter and dialogue through friendship. One of these is Ouran High School Host Club. It has a ton of banter between the characters, and it shows the love and adoration that each of the characters has because they are so comfortable saying some things to each other. And most of it is kind of putting Tamaki in his place, but it's really good because the characters are some form of stereotype, like the charmer, the Prince Charming, the strong and silent type, the lovely little cuddly bunny type, and then the smart type. So yeah, you have all these stereotypes all together in the same room, and there's going to be some delicious dialogue and banter between all of them. Another one is going to be Naruto. Naruto is going to kind of span a lot of these little things about dialogue and banter because there is just so much in Naruto to kind of unpack. But the friendship banter is there because Naruto doesn't really meet a stranger at all. He is the type of character to go up and just start a conversation because he can. and because he wants attention, and because he thinks that everyone deserves to be recognized and observed and known. That's Naruto. The friendship banter between Team 7 and the rest of the teams too is funny, and it is lighthearted enough to kind of draw the pain that you feel at watching some of these characters go through such trauma. It gives you comic relief, I'll say that. And then some of the dialogue is so heart-wrenching, especially the dialogue between Naruto and Pain, or Naruto and Haku. And the Naruto and Haku is very early on, and it just shows the depth of Naruto's understanding and being alone and being different and being shunned. And you just start to really feel for Naruto as a character. So yeah, just anything in Naruto, the dialogue is, you can learn a lot from. The next thing anime taught me is about enemy or nemesis banter. The first thing that came to mind whenever I was kind of thinking about this was Samurai Champloo. Jin and Mugen have such a weird rivalry, but it's understandable at the same time, that it carries through the whole of the anime, and it makes that anime. Jin and Mugen's banter and the way they treat each other makes that anime. It really does. And you just don't understand why they are sticking together. But then again, they have to one-up each other. I mean, it just has to happen. And they're not going to part ways until they do. Another one is Fruits Basket. I highly recommend the new series of Fruits Basket. It's gorgeous. And it shows a lot more character development to me, which lends itself to better dialogue and better banter between the characters. And of course, the best banter between characters is going to be between Kyo and Yuki, because they are rivals. They hate one another for the wrong reasons. It's just going to create tension. It's going to create hilarity. It's going to create a good scene each time those two are together. The next thing is going to be couple banter. I'm probably going to go over this a little bit more in one of my later videos with this tag, because I'm going to do romance. I'm going to kind of go off the beaten path on this one and do a manga. I highly recommend this manga. It's called Cheeky Brat, and the couple banter in it is just chef's kiss. I mean, it's glorious. They kind of go from a not necessarily a rival or enemy type relationship, but she just tolerates him because she has to, and then he just kind of worms his way further and further into her life. So the couple banter in that is great, and I highly recommend the manga Cheeky Brat. Another one is, of course, Ouran High School Host Club. If you believe that Tamaki and Haruhi are a couple, or Haruhi and any of the others, but there's a lot of couple banter in that. There are a ton of anime out there that dialogue makes it. A couple of the others I want to mention are the Apothecary Diaries. That banter between those characters is kind of like a nemesis banter, but it's also a couple banter in the same way. Then there's also the different friendship banters that you can do with Apothecary Diaries, and kind of like a mentor to mentee kind of banter, because the main character thinks that she knows everything, but some of the concubines are kind of teaching her new things too. It's a great little manga, or anime. It's a manga and is anime. Full Metal Alchemist is the dialogue in Full Metal Alchemist. it can bring you to tears. But there are a few lines that will make you just have to pause it so you can laugh and like do a gut laugh, bring you to tears kind of thing. But most of it is you're going to cry. The dialogue in Full Metal Alchemist is wonderful, and it can teach you how to write dialogue in your books. But if you want to start on learning how to do dialogue, say for a found family or like a party dialogue or a friendship group dialogue, I would start with Oran, High School Host Club. Definitely. If you're looking for kind of a nemesis kind of banter, definitely go with Samurai Champloo. Also, Kaguya-sama Love is War and Aho Girl for the whole nemesis thing, because there is a love-hate relationship going on in each of those. It's worth it. For a great kind of denial banter, The Apothecary Diaries, Food Wars, Toma-chan is a Girl, and Kaguya-sama Love is War. And then for good couples banter, basically all of the above. But I would definitely read Cheeky Brat and go with Oran High School Host Club again, because what the boys do with those fans is amazing, and it's really good couples banter in there. For everything else, Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, and probably One Piece, because they are such long-standing animes that the dialogue is building upon the story, and the dialogue is holding the story together, because otherwise they wouldn't have that many fans. They wouldn't go on as long as they have, and they wouldn't be as rewatched as they are. And Fruits Basket in there too. Yeah, definitely. Those are the things that anime taught me about dialogue, or banter, so to speak. I am going to probably be doing 4 more videos. Be kind to one another out there. Be kind to yourself. Keep writing, keep being creative, and I will see you next time.